Hey guys, I'm about to fulfill one of my lifelong dreams. I'm at the Ngorongoro Crater, one of Africa's true Garden of Eden. It is a unique ecosystem where most of Africa's megafauna sits in one small, big, deep depression. And I'm here to figure out if it is a wildlife photographer's dream. I'm on my way to the Southern Serengeti to watch the wildebeest calving, but I couldn't miss this opportunity, and I only have 24 hours here, and I want to know whether that is enough to explore this place. Or maybe I should have booked a little bit longer and I'm going to be sad. By the end of this film, you will have all the information at your hands to decide for yourself. And please wait till the end in order to see what kind of images I was able to collect here. If you're new to this channel, I'm Janine from Pangolin Photo Safaris, a professional wildlife photographer, and I have the best job of the world because I'm taking you to places like this and help you get the best photographs that are out there. If you guys want to join our growing community of wildlife enthusiasts, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our new videos, tutorials, or trips that we're doing.
If you are a wildlife photographer, you have probably heard of the Ngorongoro Crater. It is the world's largest inactive but intact volcanic crater with walls up to 600 meters high. The entire depression is 19 kilometers wide, and prior to the collapse of the volcano about 2.5 million years ago, it was estimated to be larger than Mount Kilimanjaro, which, with nearly 6,000 meters, is one of the highest peaks in the world. If you are lucky, you're even able to see it from here. Traditionally, the land in and around the crater belongs to the Maasai people, a proud warrior tribe that has customarily never sustained itself from hunting wild animals, but rather lived off livestock such as goats and cattle. In recent years, the government has relocated the Maasai from the center of the crater, but tribe members still live peacefully in the Ngorongoro conservation area around the caldera. Small villages and herds of cattle seamlessly integrate into the landscape and create a scenic environment. The name Ngorongoro even derives its meaning from the Maasai, describing the sound of a cowbell, which is a constant presence in the area. Light conditions are interesting in the park, as the high caldera walls prevent photographers from utilizing the low-standing sun, as the crater's shadow swallows all the golden light. And not just that, the park regulations do not provide any assistance either, as the Ngorongoro Crater has distinctly separate rules and regulations from the rest of the Ngorongoro conservation area. The caldera can only be entered from 6 a.m. and has to be exited by 6 p.m. Both ascent and descent takes between 20 to 30 minutes. However, the high shady walls can also serve as a fantastic backdrop to well-lit animals inside the depression, as it creates beautiful contrast when underexposing. I also really enjoy the early morning light, as it remains soft just for a little bit longer.
We found some jackals scavenging on a buffalo carcass. It is early in the morning and it is quite nice to watch them. But a lot of the action in the Ngorongoro Crater happens at nighttime. It's this big open space and predators struggle stalking during the day, so they often use the cover of the night to hunt.
The Ngorongoro Crater is officially considered one of the world's natural wonders, as it provides an astonishing number of distinctly different pockets of fertile habitats and ecosystems within the small depression, allowing for a huge variety of different species. Thereby, the large crater walls allow for a unique opportunity to provide a safe haven, as it can easily be monitored against human threats. This results in one of the densest populations of large mammals within Africa, hosting over 25,000 animals, including 60 lions, thousands of spotted hyenas, 300 elephants, thousands of grazers, and dozens of black rhino. While you can find the Big Five, one of Africa's favorites is missing from the crater. The steep descent of over half a kilometer into the crater is treacherous for giraffes, so they can only be found in the surrounding conservancy. Most of the animals live within the crater throughout the year. However, small numbers decide to migrate and follow the rain patterns throughout the vast Ngorongoro Conservation Area. The entire landscape of the crater is dominated by Lake Magadi in the center, which attracts flamingos due to its saline consistency. However, fresh water isn't far, with the Munge River feeding two separate marshlands that do not just attract large numbers of elephants and buffalo, but also a whole different range of bird life. Two beautiful fever tree forests provide cover close to the crater wall, and large open grassland areas provide enough food for the huge number of grazers. Guides will tell you that leopards cannot be found within the crater. However, the descending roads lead through dense and fertile rainforest that looks like the perfect cover for our spotted cat. Sadly, the swamps are barely accessible via the roads, even though they are crucial habitats for some of the species. But we were able to observe them from elevated viewing points that used to serve as research stations within the crater.
It's been amazing so far. There's animals literally everywhere one looks. We've had a phenomenal big bull elephant. It's quite incredible how they come down this crater. We've had beautiful lions with cubs in the morning light. And we've even had two rhinos, but you can see they're really quite far away. Off-roading is strictly forbidden here, which means sometimes the animals can be a bit out of reach with the limiting road network. However, if you do get the animals right next to the road, they're as relaxed as can be, which gives you a fantastic opportunity for close-up images.
I think one of the things that have surprised me the most, aside from the unique and breathtaking topography, is the huge diversity in bird life. From waders to birds of song, weavers, raptors, storks and cranes. Given the tiny area, it is astounding how many different species it encompasses. Photographing birds was a constant distraction while stopping at any one of the 3 designated picnic spots within the crater that allow you to use both a clean bathroom as well as step outside the car for a packed meal or even a coffee.
We have decided to come here in February, which is a short rainy season here in Tanzania, just before the big rains start. And I really like it because you can see it is lovely green and lush in the crater. The grass is nice and short, which allows us to see the animals really nicely.
But honestly, I don't believe long grass is an issue at any time of the year, as it's managed by the park authorities.
You can expect a little bit of rain, but February shouldn't have too much rain in store for you at all. It is around 25 to 30 degrees during the day, but when you go up on the crater's rim at nighttime, you're over 2,000 meters high, which means it really can cool down quite quickly, so don't forget your sweater.
I believe one of my major photographic highlights was to photograph the crowned cranes, especially in flight against the cool backdrop of the crater walls. But while the habitat diversity is mind-boggling, the crater remains to be a very small area, so that roads and landscapes quickly seem very familiar. Nevertheless, let me tell you, even though you most likely have a good idea of how the Ngorongoro Crater looks like, nothing truly prepares you for it. It is breathtaking. But don't forget, the crater remains an inactive volcano, and therefore the soil is incredibly dusty.
After nearly a full day in the Ngorongoro Crater, I want to tell you now whether 24 hours was enough. The crater is definitely one of these crazy unique places, and I'm so glad we didn't just drive past but took the time to stick around and explore it, because it has a phenomenal amount of habitats within the crater that allows for an enormous variety of different species. I really enjoyed my time here, but 24 hours should be enough. In the 24 hours, we managed to see the entire crater twice in 2 activities and covered the entire ground both times. We were able to visit the huge amount of different species from elephants, rhinos, lion, and got amazing close-up shots that I was never able to catch before of all the grazers because they are so incredibly relaxed. Now we are on our way to the southern Serengeti and I'm excited to explore Tanzania some more. If you want to know whether it was the perfect wildlife photography destination, stick around now to see what type of shots I was able to catch. Bye bye.